Okay, okay.
There we go. So we're talking about our servant leadership project. Is that what I understand?
Mm-hmm.
For you?
Oh, there's a little live thing in the corner.
So, what were your overall like reflections of Freedom for Youth?
Um, well, I thought it was really cool how the whole thing just was set up. Like like how they're like, oh, you're gonna walk in, it's gonna be a completely different thing, and I just wasn't expecting what we walked in and saw. How the whole backyard was a completely different town, and how
Mm-hmm.
they basically take these kids and put them in a different space. Like they take them out of the possible bad environment that they're in and give them a whole new space, like where they feel they're not even in Des Moines anymore, so that they feel like maybe it makes them feel more comfortable with letting themselves do what they want to do and stuff. So I thought that was pretty
Mm-hmm.
cool. How about you?
Yeah, I felt like just how it was set up. There was so much like freedom, I guess. Like they could explore things that they were interested in and just kind of run around on the grass and like go through the prayer garden. Like there's just so many things. Help at the coffee shop. Like there's just so many cool things that they could do with their time and with their talents, and they didn't feel so confined. Kind of like how they could probably feel at home or at school. They could just kind of be themselves, which was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think one of the neatest things from my vantage point for the facility was the fact of how they give them applicable life skills. They're mentoring them to take those skills and be profitable, not only mentally but also financially. Um, it floored me. I mean, to just know the neighborhood and where that's at. I've lived in this town for over 15 years, and I never knew that place was driven by their countless times, and just amazed by the whole mission, the view, and now they plan on expanding this throughout the state is phenomenal. So that's the thing that really kind of hit home to me, I guess.
Um, what did you guys think about like the other organizations and how they helped out when you guys were there? Like, well, we all went together, but
I guess for me, one of the highlights for me was the growth of even St. Vincent de Paul. How I guess they knew they had clothing and other services available to those in need, but how it's extended not only that to the education component of it, and then to piggyback on that, I would probably say is the aspect of the from EFUM at the church and the stuff that they're doing for those kids right across the street at the elementary school. Um,
yeah.
the cost of the lunches has basically been subsidized for the city for certain financial limited populations, but now it's been expanded even further. And the capabilities of what are available in the element of education is, I think, amazing for them. So I think it's a great resource, and having it right across the street from the school, I thought was phenomenal.
Yeah, I really
I
liked
think
that too. Sorry, Roxanne.
No, you're okay. Sorry. I think I was just overwhelmed at the needs. Like they said, 55,000 people could use those services in the Des Moines area. And I was just blown away by that. I had no idea that's how many people that needed help that were there. And and I was also blown away by how many services there were, but yet there's still so many people that are not served. Either they don't want to be, or they don't know about it, or whatever reason. Um, and so I was just overwhelmed by that. And then I was overwhelmed by how blessed I am. Like I could have been born in Des Moines in those situations, but I'm not. I wasn't. And so I think I was also overwhelmed by that and just super thankful for the life God has given me, where I am. And to know that I can use the way I've been blessed to bless other people that don't have what I have.
Yeah, it really, I don't know. I was really shocked, kind of, I mean, I wasn't shocked because I mean, you kind of know, but you don't want to know that some people don't get told every day that they're good at something or that they're worth something even. And so hearing that, well, I know this is kind of back to freedom for youth, but I'm going to apply it to other places. That they were saying that some of these kids don't even get told, oh, they're good at whatever, whatever. Like they have a gift or they're even worth being alive or whatever. And so that's what they're there for. Well, if like thinking about it, there's a lot of like if that is a staple in some people's lives that they don't have that, then how yes, CFM like helps show you that, and it kind of seems like Freedom for the Youth did too. But if with people who are adults who are trying to get their lives back and stuff, they don't hear that confirmation. Like I feel like it would be very hard to go and seek the help that they need sometimes. I just took or in I'm in sociology right now, and we just talked about today how you got to put yourself in other people's shoes and see what they're going through. Like everyone has their own pair of glasses and they see things differently. Like we were all like all three of us, maybe I'm making assumptions and I don't mean to. But all three of us might have been like grown up in the same type of rural area, um, middle class, I'm assuming. And we just have different experiences and those who were low class or upper class even. And so our morals or our mentality of ways to live our lives are different. And we learned that in poverty, sometimes your goals in life aren't education. Your goals in life are to have a family and to be independent, but not necessarily have an education, which I thought that was crazy. But that's my glasses. Those are my glasses. I think it's crazy to look at it like this. But when you grow up in poverty, you might not have that education background. You go to lesser schools or whatever. So it's great that like CFUM exists and Freedom for Youth exists, so then they give them the additional schooling or education or help that they need, and to just show them that they're worth something and that they can contribute to society somehow. And I thought that that was really cool. All right. What did you guys think of the like how I was kind of confused about this, but what did you guys think about the oh gosh. Do you remember the name of the name of the place that we met at? The blue building?
St. Vincent?
Yeah, yeah. St. Vincent's. What did you guys think about how they passed some free items for people? And then some like were paid for, but they were and then how they also sent items to other countries. Like what did you guys think about that?
Yeah, I thought it was a great resource. I mean, I always knew it was there as far as like a thrift store and something that was available to help compensate those that are in need. But I had no idea the extent of how it extended out, not only just to the community, but internationally. I mean, I just always think of it from like working at the hospital, medical supplies that are expired. It's like, what are we doing with this stuff? I mean, it gets wasted all the time. So the plastic and them actually taking the pills, packing it up in bales, and then sending it across the country or to another country is phenomenal. You have absolutely nothing, and you give into that. Is great. To walk up to a facility like that and see that there's June and there's 15 Christmas trees that are waiting for this December. That's something we take for granted. And for a kid to have a 6-foot Christmas tree that they can buy at a facility like that for discounted, it's fantastic. It's these little things that mean so much, not only mentally but spiritually to people. I think it gives them a little push, a little feel good sensation in the holiday season or any season.
I agree. I think it was really cool to see that they actually do something with the clothing that they didn't sell, that they send it off to other people who are in need. They don't just throw it away in the dumpster, and that they see beyond just that community. They see the whole world as people that they can serve. And like you said, Matthew, like, do we do that with it, in the hospital or just anything in general in our houses? Like, do we see that it can go somewhere else besides the trash can? And I think that was a cool perspective to have from that. And then also, I think it was good that they offer free clothing for people who are going for a job interview or can't afford to buy clothing, because it helps to set them on the right foot in order to pursue those things that they want to pursue, instead of feeling like there is no hope because they don't have the money to even start. And so that was really, really neat. And to know that there's a limit too, so it's not like someone can easily take advantage of the system. But there's only a few things that they can get, and that they can get the things that they really need instead of just trying to grab as much as possible. Because I think there's a lot of like negative connotations with people that are in need can sometimes take over. But since they only allowed certain, 2 outfits a person, it allowed them just to get what they needed so that they could continue to prosper on their own instead of just continuing to take and take and take from the same incident hall.
I
What
really
did you think?
yeah, go for it.
No,
You
you're
went.
good. Oh no, you. I asked you what you were thinking.
Oh, okay. Well, I liked that they did that, and even the part where they gave 2 outfits to every person, that like new person that came. I thought that was really cool, and then the fact that they gave the education to them to help further their education. It wasn't necessarily like uh job. See, like Freedom for Youth had specifically for jobs, like to help you in the future with jobs. But then um, St. Vincent's was more, I thought, more around education, like further education, helping you get back into the education, or how they had the red, goodness gracious, but like where you fill out an application aptitude test.
Mm-hmm.
Where they had an aptitude test. I thought that was cool. So then people could go and find out what they could do with the skill sets they already have. So that was cool. And then they help you build your like with your resume and stuff. And that was really cool that that guy was like, if you just come in a few more times, I'll be your recommendation. Like I was like, oh, that's really awesome for you to do that for those individuals who, yeah, like you need recommendations nowadays, if not
Mm-hmm.
experience, which is what Freedom for Youth gave some people were is work experience, which people also require. Um, I don't know. What about the organization with the immigrants and giving them housing and stuff? What do you guys think about that organization?
I mean, it's a challenge. We have someone that's displaced for whatever reason, job loss, financial, relocation, abuse, safety. Um, the capability of, social facilities and housing is astronomical. I mean, that's if there's a way to find a safe place for people to reside, um, and then to build them up, to give them tools that they can use to not necessarily just handouts as far as here's what you need to grow, but to grow internally and to find that motivation for them to succeed on their own. I think it's huge. So I think it's very, very beneficial for facilities like that to be good.
Hmm. Yeah, getting
Yeah, I
new
agree.
housing. This is so difficult. But getting like new housing and stuff is um I don't know, I really liked it that they gave them somewhere to live until they got on their feet. And I liked that they extended it to 90 days. Um and it's awesome also at that same time that a lot of families need less time than that. So I thought that was great. So that means that what they're doing, the process that they're taking them through, is helping them really well in a good way. So that was awesome. I liked that fact. And it helps a different group of people because we don't just have people that already live here, but we have people that come from other places. So I thought that that was awesome too. So they're trying to help more than one group of people. Just, I mean, all these groups are helping different groups of people, which I think is great because you can't just focus on um, one poverty line or whatever it may be. Um, and I, because like St. Vincent's, they don't do it based on money, like or income or whatever. Because like, and same with the other facilities, like they know that you have months where you have a car accident, like, and then you all your food money went to the car payments or whatever. So they know that you have months that are good and months that are bad, and then they're there for those bad months. So I thought that was cool. So they're not just there for people who are homeless, um, but they're there for to help support families who are just trying to make ends meet. I thought that was great.
That's so true. I also liked how they wanted to keep the dignity of the families. Like, they wouldn't let anyone sleep on the floor, or multiple families in one room, or for the kids to stay somewhere else and the parents to stay in the house. Like, that was just really neat how they phrased that. That they wanted them to see what real structure and what life will look like for them after they move out of that house, instead of just finding a place for people to be. And so I thought that was really, really neat. And just the whole aspect of dignity, like, it doesn't matter where you come from, what you've been through. Like, everyone needs to be treated the same and offered the same opportunity. And it was just neat how they like really implemented that through that group, that organization.
What else did they talk about? So overall, like, how do you think that these organizations are helping the dynamics?
What did you think?
Oh, we're paused. I think she died. You're still there, Matt, right?
Oh yeah.
Roxanne's kind of gone. It got really quiet without her noise in the background.
Yeah, I think a big part of it
There,
was she coming back on.
there she
I
is.
think the dynamic of what they're doing is they're working with the resources that they have to give back to the community. They're finding ways to live or build within an organization's means, but then while they're growing, they're also growing the people that they serve. And I think a lot of these facilities are taking advantage of building the community, building peers, and sometimes the youth, more so than not, I think, in some cases. But building these people up to now, in turn, give back to those others that are in need. And they're coming, I think a lot of these facilities, they're having people that they once helped mentor through the process are now coming back and serving in these organizations to help other people. And I think that brings, it almost kind of is that, for lack of better terms, proof to the pudding. They're saying, I'm a fine example of what can be done if you put forth the effort. And they will give you the basic tools, but it's up to you to take the step to get it done. And I think having that direct leadership and mentorship from people that have gone through the process gives hope and gives that drive for people to inspire what they think they can do, and maybe that motivation to actually take that step and succeed. I think that's amazing.
Mhm. Um,
Well, I mean, as far as I don't know what else we need to kind of discuss here, but the way I look forward with this project is, I'm excited. I mean, it's something that I think um, with life being as busy as it is, it's kind of forced me to do what I've always kind of wanted to do, um, but never devoted the time to it. And I'm excited to have my eyes open. Like you mentioned earlier, to kind of take those steps in someone else's shoes, and we care for these patients, that work with patients that are in this social, economically um, stricken area on a daily basis, and you care for homeless patients, you care for emergency departments, especially a lot of people's primary health care center because they don't have the financial means to go anywhere else. And to see the struggles that they live with on a daily basis, and to see the children in this community that and some people, I guess, turn a blind eye to, um, I'm excited to see this. I'm excited to learn more from the organization that we get paired up with, but then also globally from the rest of the students that their organizations that they're within.
Yeah, I'm really excited to I don't know to do it. 'Cause I've always liked doing volunteer work. Like when I went to church and stuff, I'd go on mission trips and stuff like that, and I've always enjoyed it. I've always wanted to do something more on a regular basis. And I think that this experience has helped me to see that it's a lot easier than I thought it would be to do. Because at first I was like, oh, I got to figure out how to get in touch with these people and all this stuff. But literally, they're just a phone call away. They all seemed very happy to have volunteers and as many as they can get. So, and a lot of them were just like, hey, just 45 minutes is like awesome. It's gold. And so, even if I'm only giving like 2 hours a week, that's still 2 hours a week to help their organization. And so I'm pretty excited to that I was able to go on the tour and stuff so I could see what options are available so I can possibly hopefully start volunteering more often because I only did it occasionally through my church and through Grandview. I volunteered a few times, and I always volunteer at the Special Olympics. That's once a year. So I just like to do something more regular so I can help give back to the community that I grew up in. And I love Iowa, so I don't want to move away from Iowa. So I feel like I should be helping the residents in Des Moines, um, where I grew up, and I love it so much. So I'm super excited, and I can't wait.
That's really cool. I'm excited because right now I live in Indianola, but I'm moving to Des Moines in July. And so I'm excited to be a part of the community and get to look at it from a perspective of not just like where I'm living and what I'm doing and how I see Des Moines. Like I want to be able to um, see the needs it has and see the good things that are happening and see like how I can be involved. And so I think getting to help at Freedom for Youth really will give me a good picture of a little bit of a bigger picture of Des Moines and what's going on here and what kind of things are improving and what things still need some just more people pouring out what they've been blessed with so that other people can be, I don't know, I guess, feel more blessed or have more ability to step out into a life that they really do want or a life that they really do need instead of what they are going through. So it'll be fun too to like just see what we get to do there. You know, it seems like opportunities can be pretty endless, like hanging out with the kids and there's different age groups of kids or like the coffee shop or like I don't know. I don't know what it will look like, but I think it's exciting to see the variety that they have for us and what they end up choosing for us to do. So.
I agree. Any further comments for the evening, or should we sign off for now and progress on?
Perfect.
All right, I will end it
Okay.
here.
Is
And
it? Oh,
no, go ahead.
oh. Well, I was just wondering. So, are we done? I didn't know what else. Do you guys want to say anything?